Business environment. Business environment refers to the conditions prevailing in a society in which a business is to be operated. It is defined as the total of all things external to business firms and industries which affect their organization and operation. The number and scope of environmental factors which affect business is broad. There should be included all aspects of our social, scientific, economic, political, and cultural life which have some bearing upon business. The relationship of environment to business. Business and its environment interact. In our business-oriented society, business has influenced environmental conditions probably as much as or even more than environmental forces have shaped business. Economic environment. Business is greatly influenced by the economy of the country. Its operational success depends upon an adjustment and meeting the requirements of the economy. The important factors that are to be looked into and effectively handled are desires, customers, and markets. The purpose of business is to anticipate desires of people and purpose goods and services accordingly to satisfy them. Let these goods and services so produced be carried effectively to the place of customers. But it is not possible unless businessmen produce them at proper time and makes them available to customers at a reasonable price. Availability. Businessmen must assess the source or sources of capital as well as the cost at which it is available. Availability of labor. Operational efficiency of a business enterprise greatly depends upon the availability of labor at a reasonable price. If such manpower in the shape of skilled and unskilled workers is sufficiently available to a business according to its requirement and within reasonable wage rate, it can carry on its activities and expect profit. Level of productivity. Productivity at a reasonable level depends upon how the activities are planned, organized, directed, and controlled. The use of the latest production techniques, machines, manpower, and motivation, and techniques of people to work devotedly are some of the requirements to achieve the desired level of productivity. Imaginative entrepreneurship. The success of an entrepreneur depends upon the quality of his imagination and skill. More he is intelligent, imaginative, and far-sighted, more he is effective in grabbing the opportunity and playing his role in the economic growth and betterment of people. Qualified and capable manager. The competent role of managers has greatly improved the efficiency of work operation, reduced cost, and enhanced capability to face challenge of competition. Market size. Market size of a business depends upon its production policy and program. If its production target is limited, it will have a small market. On the other hand, if it has a large-scale production program, it has to expand its market. Price levels and inflation. In case if price level is changing fast, it becomes difficult for a business enterprise to plan its activities that would ensure a reasonable gain. Changing price levels make the cost of capital, production, distribution, and profit unpredictable and uncertain. But still, then we find entrepreneurs coming up with fair guess and estimation to make their business operate with better results and survive the vagaries of changing price levels and inflation. Government, fiscal, and monetary policy. Government collects revenue through taxes, duties, fees, etc., and spends the same on administration, public, utilities like roads, bridges, canals, buildings, hospital, etc. Social and cultural environment. Businesses produce goods and services for people who dwell in the society. Thus, the number of people, their age, and educational composition has great significance for business. What a person buys or the service he consumes is a reflection of his religious and cultural constraints. Thus, the cultural, religious, and ethnic pressures have a vital bearing on the affairs of the business. First, population growth. For a businessman, population growth represents both opportunities and problems. Opportunities arise from the fact that there are continually more consumers to buy business output and more workers to produce and sell it. Population composition. Age-wise composition, education standard, the economic standards, and changing job opportunities. Third, social attitudes and beliefs. Businesses have to take into account the attitudes, desires, beliefs, tastes, problems, and customs of the consumers. These aspects vary in individuals, groups, and even nations. Lastly, pluralism. The society is broken down into many kinds of groups: consumers, investors, labor organizations, managers, governments, bureaucrats, and politicians, religious groups, racial groups, etc. In everything that business managers do, they must be alert to the pluralistic feature of their society. Technological environment. There has always been a strong link between business and technology. Any business that wishes to survive in a changing world must be aware of the modern technological changes and also use technology to develop and modernize its products or services to meet cost competition and to improve marketing. Political environment. Political environment has great impact on establishment, operation, growth, and expansion of businesses. Stable political climate makes things more certain and predictable. Legal environment. Every business is encircled by the laws, regulations, and court decisions of the land. Almost each and every decision made by a businessman should be within the permissible limits of laws and regulations of the country.